as we check out leaders Glasgow Rangers.
Rangers took just 4 minutes to go ahead against St Johnstone. A delightful finish it was too. Stuart McCall thwarted at the first attempt, but he then lobbed Andy Rhodes beautifully to open the scoring. St Johnstone tried to hit back immediately. Dees crossed. Gough knocked it only into Harry Curran's path and he went for goal, but Andy Gorham saved magnificently. After that, Rangers took full control of this match. Trevor Stevens crossed and Mark Hateley made it 2-0. It was all Rangers now. Jury found Robertson. He squared it, but McCoyce couldn't keep the shot down. Still, Rangers pressed forward. That man McCall again in the thick of it. The woodwork denying him this time. The same happened at the other end. Frustration for Saints and Goonie Torferson as his shot came back off the post with Gorham rooted to the spot. But just into the second half, Rangers well and truly killed this game off. Dave McPherson pressed forward and promptly curled a left foot effort round Rhodes. How did he do it? Pretty much like that. Rhodes' goal was under siege now. He saved well though from Ian Ferguson. Rangers were going all out for a fourth now. Jury and Hateley led the charge. Jury's shot was deflected. It fell to McCoyce, but Rhodes did well again. The fourth had to come, and it did. Stevens' corner, Hateley's header on, Jury with the finish. In the dying minutes, Ferguson had another pot shot. The post to Rhodes' rescue this time, 4-0, and a comfortable win.
Partick Thistle's visit to Tayside got off to the best possible start with a penalty in the 14th minute after this clumsy tackle from Gordon Petric on Tommy Smith. Chick Charlie stepped up to put the Jags in front. 1-0. Thistle then contrived to miss a series of gilt-edged chances, with young Isaac English the main offender. Some sloppy defending put him through in goal, Van de Kamp narrowing the angle, and the ball eventually scrambled clear. And just 2 minutes later, he was given the freedom of paradise. Clean through in goal, but again, Van de Kamp pulling off a fine save. United then began to come more into the game. And Paddy Conley knows he should have done better from close range, but the header over the bar. And then Brewster equalised for United, and 2 minutes from half-time they took the lead. The lofted ball from O'Neill finding its way to Cleland, and his shot flying past Nelson, 2-1 to United. That's how things stood at half-time and into the second half, with United continuing to pile on the pressure. A lot of good work down the right with O'Neill, but not really troubling the Jags' defence. The closest they came was a 35-yarder from McKinley, but no real problems for Partick Thistle. Then, against the run of play, Thistle equalised. The neat free kick from Charnley, and Big Willie Jamieson diving to head the ball past Van de Kamp. 2-2. That was to mark the end of the goalmouth action, but United fans had one last reason to complain. Referee Joe Kelly choosing to ignore this apparent foul by Callum Milne. Seeing the replay, the Thistle defender lucky to stay in the pitch. But that's how it finished, 2-2.
When we return, more action from Scotland. At bottom place, Dundee.
Motherwell in second spot, looking to keep in touch with Rangers. The Taysiders anchored at the bottom of the table. It was Dundee who scored first in 15 minutes. John McQuillan in at the beginning of the move to Neil McCann, a telling cross, and John McQuillan there to make it 1-0 to Dundee. Within 60 seconds, Motherwell were stung into action. Jamie Dolan and Tommy Coyne combining, Dolan cracking one off the bar. Dundee came close to making it 2. McCann again involved along with Britton, teeing up Neil Duffy, but Dykstra saving comfortably. The equaliser came in 20 minutes. McKinnon's corner, flicked on by Tommy Coyne. And there was John McQuillan popping up for his second goal, this time an OG, 1-1. The goal rattled the Dundee defence, and this was exploited by a fine Motherwell move. O'Donnell, finding Dougie Arnott, round the keeper, but Dusan Verto on hand to clear for Dundee. Seconds later, another claret and amber surge. Jamie Dolan again in a good position, but blasting over. Tommy Coyne hadn't scored since the cup defeat of Celtic in January. But when Rab Shannon saw him in space, it was Tommy Coyne, the man who joins the Irish squad today, who did the rest. Rounding the defence, and a lovely chip, beating Mathers 2-1 to well. The game was effectively over before half-time. McKinnon's free kick headed home by Brian Martin, a convincing 3-1 lead for the Lanarkshire men in 39 minutes. Dundee, to their credit, battled away. Frail's corner, touched on by Big Horse from McQuillan, but it was cleared. The second half was quite simply a shocker. The best chance falling to Motherwell. Dougie Arnott finding Jamie Dolan, but again Dolan off target. There was no further action to report, apart from an incident in 75 minutes. John McQuillan almost inevitably involved again, sticking one on the net.